In a season filled with ups and downs, the San Francisco 49ers find themselves at a critical crossroads, and all eyes are on one key player whose performance has left fans yearning for more. With whispers of discontent swirling around the organization, could it be time for a major shift in strategy? Stay tuned as we dive deep into the latest developments that could redefine the 49ers season. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like this video to keep up with all the thrilling updates from the heart of 49ers Nation. The San Francisco 49ers have been facing some serious challenges lately, especially on the offensive side of the ball. After a tough 38-10 loss to the Green Bay Packers, all eyes are on Deebo Samuel, who had a disappointing one-catch performance. It's clear that something isn't clicking, and head coach Kyle Shanahan addressed this concern head-on. Shanahan acknowledged that Deebo has had a rough patch, but he also pointed out some crucial factors that contributed to Samuel's lack of impact in that game. He mentioned that Deebo still has the burst we all love to see, but he simply didn't get enough opportunities. A kick return that could have shifted the game's momentum was called back due to a holding penalty, and missed catches limited his chances to make a play. It's a tough situation when the entire offense struggles, and it certainly hasn't been easy for anyone on that side of the ball. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. Former 49ers wide receiver Terrell Owens didn't hold back in his criticism of Deebo. He made some pointed remarks about Deebo's pregame attire, suggesting that he seems more focused on looking good than on performing well. Personally, I think there's some merit to his statement, but at the same time, I believe it's essential to recognize the broader context of what's happening with the team. Deebo responded to T.O. on social media, telling him to cut it fam, which shows he's aware of the chatter and isn't backing down. While it's true that Deebo had a standout game earlier this season against the Seattle Seahawks, where he racked up 102 yards and a touchdown, that remains his only receiving touchdown this year. It's frustrating to see a player with so much potential not living up to expectations, particularly when the team needs him the most. In the last 3 weeks, the 49ers have managed only 50 points, and with 2 losses out of 3, that's simply not good enough. What's been plaguing the 49ers is a combination of turnovers and a stagnant offense. Shanahan pointed out that they've turned the ball over 5 times during this stretch, and that's a recipe for disaster in the NFL. The lack of explosive plays is another significant issue. While the win against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers showcased some offensive highlights, the rushing attack has been nearly non-existent when it comes to big gains. RB Christian McCaffrey's longest run was just 13 yards, and RB Jordan Mason's longest was a mere 16 yards over the past 3 weeks. That's simply not going to cut it if we want to be contenders. As a passionate 49ers fan, I can't help but feel a mix of frustration and hope. The team has the talent, but they need to find a way to put it all together. Shanahan's comments on Deebo's potential are encouraging, but will it translate into consistent performance? You have to wonder whether this is the right direction for the team. I, for one, am feeling a bit divided on what's next. So, what do you think? Is it time for Deebo to step it up and reclaim his spot as a top-tier wide receiver? Or is there more going on behind the scenes that we're not seeing? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Let's get a discussion going about our expectations and frustrations as fans. Hey, 49ers fans. Today, we're diving deep into the recent struggles of our star players, Deebo Samuel and Christian McCaffrey. After a disheartening loss to the Packers, it's clear that both players are facing challenges that could impact our season moving forward. First off, let's talk about Deebo. Head coach Kyle Shanahan mentioned that he believes Deebo has the potential to bounce back and make those explosive plays we've come to expect from him. But honestly, it's hard to ignore the fact that he had one of the toughest games of his career last Sunday, with a Pro Football Focus rating of just 45.5. One catch for 21 yards and 2 critical drops, including one that led to an interception. It's a tough pill to swallow for a player of his caliber. Shanahan pointed out that Deebo didn't have many opportunities, But can we really chalk it all up to that? I mean, think about it. When you're not making an impact on the field, it raises questions about your role in the offense. And those questions need answers if we want to get back on track. I want to hear your thoughts on this. Do you think Deebo is still the explosive player he once was? Or is there something deeper going on? Now, shifting gears to John Lynch's comments, he defended Deebo by highlighting his contributions over the years. Lynch noted that we might be so accustomed to Deebo's big plays that when they don't happen, we lose sight of his overall impact. He even pointed out that amazing 87-yard kickoff return that was called back due to a questionable holding penalty. I mean, come on? That was a classic example of how one play can change the momentum of a game. Lynch felt that it was a well-executed block, and I can't help but agree. What's more frustrating is that this would have set us up for a prime scoring opportunity. Instead, we were left with missed chances and the weight of a 38-10 loss hanging over us. But Lynch's optimism about seeing more of the real Deebo gives me a glimmer of hope. Is it just me, or do you think he's on the verge of a breakout performance? I want to know what you all think. Will he rise to the occasion against the Bills this weekend? And speaking of challenges, we can't overlook Christian McCaffrey. Lynch addressed McCaffrey's struggles after returning from injury. It's tough watching a player of his stature not be able to replicate his previous dominance. Lynch dismissed the idea that McCaffrey needs more time to gel with the offense, arguing instead that it's more about the team's overall performance than individual effort. Let's face it, the 49ers need to convert those crucial third downs to keep drives alive and give players like McCaffrey the opportunities they need to shine. When our offense isn't clicking, it's a recipe for disaster. Lynch emphasized that it's not just about Christian. The entire unit needs to be in sync. Do you believe we can turn things around in time for our matchup against the Bills? Or is this a sign of deeper issues within the team? As we head into this weekend's game, we're looking to bounce back with a 5-6 record against a tough 9-2 Bills squad. The stakes are high, and I can't help but feel a mix of anxiety and excitement. I want to see McCaffrey and Deebo step up and prove they're still the stars we know they can be. So, what do you think, 49ers faithful? Are these players capable of turning things around? I'm eager to hear your expectations and frustrations. Let's get that conversation going in the comments below. And remember, if you enjoyed this breakdown and want to stay updated on all things 49ers, hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to activate the notification bell so you never miss an update. Let's rally together as we cheer on our team this weekend.